Hello, my name is Javier Dalamore and I'm one of the ActiveMQ co-founders. Today I will show you how to connect ActiveMQ with different sources. The idea of this video is not to explain every source in detail, but to give you an idea of how you can use ActiveMQ to integrate all your company application data and build a real-time dashboard. In this demo, we are going to start reading file dropped in the folder or received by email and integrate using Apache Camel. Later, we are going to send information through a dummy web page. If you have a custom application and a team of developers, you can modify your application and send event directly to ActiveMQ using one of our APIs. We are also going to connect to a business chat, and to finalize, we are going to get information directly from the cloud using online products like Pubnub or Firebase. You don't need to understand all this diagram now. I will be coming back before to connect our dashboard to each of these sources. Okay, let's start with the first one. Using Apache Camel, you can go to their web page to see more information about it, but I have created two routes. The first one, read every file that is dropped in this folder in my desktop schedule input. If the file finalized with XML, I convert that file to a known type of data, and from that to JSON, and then I publish that in ActiveMQ. If the file finalized with CSV, I also connect that to a vessel schedule bin, then to JSON, and publish again in ActiveMQ. This is all what I need to integrate a folder with my application. Let's start with ActiveMQ creating a dashboard. Let's call it vessel schedule. And we're going to use widgets, Stomp, that is the plugin that we use to connect to HornetQ, ActiveMQ, and RabbitMQ. We're going to drop a source here, and let's call it ActiveMQ because we're going to connect to ActiveMQ. So this is a Stomp kind of source. We are going to connect to ActiveMQ that is listening in the port 614. The channel vessel schedule system and my password. If you see here, I'm publishing all this file in the channel vessel schedule. So let's go to the folder, and we have, for example, this CSV file. We are going to open and to change Argentino 1. What's happened if we're going to copy this file and drop it here in input. Camel log it and process it. If we go back to ActiveMQ, we see that here we have the vessel that we sent. And if we go to the ActiveMQ admin web page, we can see that in queue now we have a vessel schedule with one event. We can open it, be the consumers, and we can see that we received one event and was sent to ActiveMQ. Now let's see what happens if I send an XML file. Let's open this too. You can see this. Let's change Argentino 2, and we'll send this file to the input. Also, it was processed and it was sent to ActiveMQ. You see? Let's only to play a little more. Let's see the JSON file. This one is not changed. In this case is this. We don't need to change it to any format, so we're going to send it. it was also processed and sent to Event Fabric. Now to continue, we're going to send an email and also process with Apache Camel, but in this case it's going to be published in RabbitMQ. So let's connect to RabbitMQ. RabbitMQ. In this case, Rabbit is listening in the port 15674. The channel is the same, vessel schedule, and in this case the user is guest. Let's call it RabbitMQ. If we see in this case, we create a route that is listening to any email that is sent to eventfabric.com to my personal account. It won't delete that email, only it will process it was unseen. It will see for emails each 6 seconds, and it's going to process only those emails that start that has vessel schedule in the subject or in the body. This is a CSV, so it will split the CSV, and each of the bodies will be sent to RabbitMQ to this channel. So if we go to email, let's see first the file. We're going to send this file. So it's going to process each of these rows and send it to Event Fabric. And I put here a delay, so it sends one file each 3 seconds, only to make it slower and we can see it in Event Fabric working. So vessel schedule, the title, and we're going to send that CSV file to Event Fabric. We're going to wait until it reads the email. Now it was read by Camel, and it should be start publishing here each 3 seconds. You can see, and continues the first one, and I will start receiving event. I have 36 vessel schedules. If we go to Rabbit and the channel vessel schedule, we can see that this is empty because I'm getting the event from Event Fabric, so it cannot be read here. But it's okay. It's coming through here. Let's see. Here. This is the channel that is using. 5. Well, now let's continue with the next one. A web page. I have created a web page here that is a dummy web page called Port of Hong Kong, that if we choose a file, let's choose the same CSV, and we send this to universal messaging. We can see the manager here that we don't have any event yet, but let's snoop it. What's happened if we send one? You can see that here was received. So if we create in Event Fabric I don't have in this dashboard the add-on for universal messaging, so I need to add it. And now this will be the source for universal messaging. If we connect here, universal messaging is listening the port 9000 and the channel vessel schedule. If now we send from here events, we can see that those are received by Event Fabric. And also here in the Universal Messaging Enterprise Manager, we can see that we received 5 events. Well, now let's create something with this. Maybe a table where we can display the vessel schedule to start having something in the dashboard. We're going to connect every source to a hub, the hub to the transformer. The transformer, we're going to use the table template. We are going to show vessel name, service, estimate time of arrival, estimate time of departure, and the terminal. And the ID will be vessel name. We're going to drop a widget with a table with vessel name, service as a title, ETA, ETD, and terminal. Vessel schedule table. We can see that now we have a table that is displaying the value that we receive in the email, in the folder, or sent by this web page. You can see that here we are sending events and they are being added here at the end of the table. Well, the next source. If you have a custom application, you can use one of our APIs. Let's come here. We provide APIs for Cloya, Java, PHP, Node.js, Ruby, .NET, Python, among others. So you can connect your application. I have created also a dummy application that connects to Event Fabric and send events to a channel called products. In this case, I'm not using a message broker in the middle. I'm sending event directly through Event Fabric to our backend. So we're going to add a new source. In this case, event source is the one that listens to Event Fabric backend, and the channel products with the username Event Fabric. So if the user Event Fabric produces an event in this channel, I will listen for it. Let's send one event, for example. I'm sending in value, product, C, count, price, and if it was delivered or not. The body, it can change. You can send whatever you want because it's a JSON file. So, using Event Fabric APIs. So we're going to add, in this case, for example, a pie chart. And we're going to see here how much money we are making by product. It could be anything. It depends on your custom application. So a pie chart required. The value is a price, I think. We were sending, price and product. Value, product. You can see that here. Product. So if we start sending event each 1 second, I will put play and send event each 1 second. You can see here that I have now a pie chart. Let's use something like this. So let's continue with this next source, a chat. I downloaded an example of Stomp in the web, and I am using this channel in HornetQ. JBoss product, and it's a simple chat. If you can see, it was connected here to HornetQ. So we're going to connect also to HornetQ. This is Stomp, using Stomp, HornetQ. In this case, the port is 24. The channel is this one, and the user is also guest. We're going to add a transformer. Let's see first what I receive is someone say here, hi. I receive in value sender, guest, and message hi. Okay, so let's add a new widget. In this case, this widget will be a chat widget. We're going to use markdowns. This one is a chat, this one is pie chart with products. And in the case of chat, what is required is a val that is a text that you want to show. What I want to show today is this. Let's add if I use this, this will be bold. And I want to show the sender and the message. So if I send here again hi, we can see that here receive hi in this time, right? Next thing to see is to connect to information in the cloud. For that, we are going to use first Pubnub. If you go to developers demos, you will see here public sources. Let's use this one, market orders. You have here subscribe key. We need to add also the add-on for Pubnub and Firebase. So let's configure a new source, for in this case Pubnub. The subscribe key was this, and the channel was Pubnub market orders. So this is the channel. If we connect here, we're going to start receiving events. You can see order quantity. This information is being published in this channel in the web. So you can, if we go back, we can see that you have a lot of information public, like Hacker News article, the weather, Wikipedia changes, and you can also create your own, or you can subscribe to a few that are paid also, and if it's useful for you, you can subscribe to that information. In the case of Firebase, we are going to see the open data sets that they have. For example, they have the airport delays. Let's use weather. I think the demo says about the weather. And in this case, we're going to get information about the weather in San Francisco. So if we add a source here, and in this case it's a Firebase source, and we said that we're going to listen to the event in San Francisco. You can see here that I have the pressure, the temperature, the time, the visibility, and for example an icon with the weather. The summer is partly cloudy in San Francisco in this moment. So we can also create a widget, for example, for market orders. We can, for example, we are going to use a chart to display the different prices, how it changed. So let's go here and we're going to use this symbol. Okay, so if we here select, in this case is we're going to use a chart. We're going to connect here, and the widget template for charts, bid price, I think it was. Let's check again in the online. We are sending bid price and symbol, bid price, symbol. Let's change the layout again, and we can see here what we are receiving from Pubnub. Well, I tried to be really quickly to display every source. You can see our other videos for more details, or if you want to know what is Pubnub or Firebase or HornetQ or universal messaging, you can go to their web pages. But I think it was useful to show you how easily you can connect in less than 20 minutes. I have connected to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different sources and create I don't know if it's useful, but a dashboard. Bye bye.